Hey howdy hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. The last time we checked out Transience, we touched on how Fry Studio officially picked up the name Transience for this project. We looked at the gameplay reveal trailer as I broke it down segment by segment, and we relished in the excitement and the assurance knowing that the team Big Fry has deployed on this project was some of the indie scene's best. Today we are taking a look at the second dev blog for Transience. It just dropped yesterday and I'm super stoked to cover it all with you guys, but before we start, I have a small favor to ask. We just hit 1.3k subs on the channel, which means we are 700 away from our goal of 2k subs, and by the end of the video, if you like what you've seen, then consider liking and subbing to the channel. I appreciate you all so much. Socials link below. Let's get into it. Fry opens up the dev blog by saying that the reception from the last dev blog was absolutely fantastic. 200k views on the reveal, 16,000 plus wishlists on Steam, and almost the top 1,000 games on Steam. These guys are getting publishers reaching out wanting to work with Fry and his team, and it's all very exciting stuff. I just want to say to these guys, job well done. I'm so damn proud of you guys for the hard work y'all have put into this project, all the while keeping the community updated and having open conversations about the game. During a time like this where games are coming out that are debated to be real or not, it's nice to see a studio of indie devs producing a real game. Fry pops it off with some gameplay in a white box environment where he shows off some updated UX and UI design stuff. Fry also explains that the suit you wear is made out of non-newtonium colloid, which is a liquid that runs through your suit that, upon impact from a bullet, hardens and provides about 3 seconds of protection, meaning that if you get shot, the fluid hardens and you're protected. If you get shot again, you're perfectly fine. But once those armor buffs go away, you're essentially fucked. 3 to 4 shots and you're pretty much dead. You can of course refill that fluid using something called end caps, kind of similar to the pill bottles from Max Payne, but Fry advised that they are going to be rare, so don't waste your breath and weigh your options heavily. I absolutely love that idea. It forces you to weigh your options as to whether or not you want to stealth your way through a mission or run and gun to risk it all. A1 idea. Moving on from that, Fry lets us know that his team have been dabbling with a slow motion mechanic, and from the feedback he has received, his team is deciding to keep that feature in the game, which pays direct homage to the Max Payne series. But instead of being able to use it pretty much whenever, it's going to follow the same flow as the end caps, but it's going to be a lot more scarce than the end caps, so use it wisely. Next order of business. The HUD. Originally, they had planned to go completely HUDless, but after some thought, the team was able to draft up a HUD that you can toggle on and off at any given time with a push of a button. A very smart way to cater to both the filthy casual and the hardcore Chad players respectively. Now, initially looking at the HUD, I really loved how polished it looks, but the ammo counter seems a little bit off to me. I've heard some people say that it's based off of a more Splinter Cell style HUD, and that could be the case. It's not horrible at all, it's just something I'm not used to seeing. Moving forward a little bit, we get to see the utilization of a wrist gadget system and one of the non-lethal throwables called the Flash Pulse. Some straight up Mission Impossible shit going on here. There are also 2 other gadgets that are mentioned but we don't get to see in the dev blog, those being the Vision Pulse and EMP Pulse. The Vision Pulse is essentially a snapshot grenade from Call of Duty, and the EMP Pulse will be used to get around cameras. Let's move forward a considerable amount to the weapons. We get a first look at a P90 inspired weapon that we can use in Transience. Fry mentions that the P90 won't be the most customizable weapon in the world compared to its AR counterparts. That is implemented on purpose to give guns their own uniqueness, so nothing feels like it was copy and pasted. They currently have 2 more weapons being worked on as we speak, one being an MP5 inspired SMG and a Sega 12 inspired shotgun. I absolutely love how these weapons are looking so far. I think the initial concept of having these weapons be unique by having limitations in comparison to other weapons is going to play into the loss versus reward factor this game has going for it. If there is one thing I have to commend the map builders of Transience on, it's how good their damn maps look. Fry opens up this next section with some cinematic B-roll footage of a map that's internally called Apartments 2. This map is described as a strip mall slash apartment slash motel type beat. Still a work in progress, but still awesome nonetheless. We also get to look at some of the updated lighting systems that not only function better within the engine they are using, but we can also shoot out as many lights as our hearts can handle. TVs as well. You can shoot them bitches like a drunk uncle during Super Bowl Sunday after your team loses. Before moving on, let's take a look at this before and after shot of the lighting. This looks absolutely incredible. Now, let's move on to how the team handled the feedback for their initial reveal trailer. A lot of people in the Transience Discord said that the enemies were essentially lit up like Christmas trees with different colored lights. If you remember from said trailer, the enemies had green, yellow, blue, and red lights. Green light meant that they are certified bitch boys, yellow and blue lights mean they are smarter than your average dumbass, and if you seen red, you were pretty much dead. They went back to the drawing board and made different armor sets to signify the deadliness of the enemies. All of the new enemy prototypes have light, medium, and heavy armors that correspond to how fast they will murk your ass on sight. And I appreciate the fact that the team looked at what everyone said, thought about it, and came together to make something better. It's amazing what can happen if you simply talk to your coworkers. Let's talk soundtracks. Nothing gets me harder than a damn good OST to a game. Let's take a quick listen to a snippet Fry included in the video of what the in-game music is going to sound like. The person responsible for writing this banger ass soundtrack is none other than Rewritten Verdict. This guy is an absolutely talented man and deserves even more recognition than what he's getting, and I cannot wait to hear the full soundtrack. Now, because of the community's interest for this game, publishers have reached out to Fry and his team constantly wanting to see what the game was about. These guys have a game mode that was originally a prototype built by Frankie, one of the developers, that is not only being used for publisher testing, but will be in the final cut for Transience. And that mode is Killhouse. Something cool about the Killhouse mode is that every time you leave and enter the door, it generates a brand new Killhouse floor plan. Another mode that is going to be accessible for us to play is a shooting range designed by Flow Beatbox that looks mechanically well tuned. You can go in there, use any gun you want, and just shoot shit and have fun. These were built to give interested publishers a feel for the game and a feel for the game loop itself. How fucking cool is that? Towards the end of the dev blog, Fry basically hits on the fact that the game more than likely won't come out in 2023 like he had initially thought. Many people, including myself, were itching for a 2023 release date, but it will more than likely not happen. It very well could, but I don't think it will. They're doing this to basically ensure that this game upon release is as close to perfect as one can get. And to be honest, as much as that sucks, I don't care if they have to push the game back. If you want to know why you should feel the same way, then take a look and listen to the updates that Fry releases about Transience. Fry and his guys are making record pace with the implementations of new systems and mechanics, but all of that means jack shit if the game comes out and it's unoptimized and broken. So I say let them take as much time as they need. I don't care if this game doesn't come out until 2025. So fucking be it. It's not gonna kill us to wait longer for a quality title. Think about it, y'all. At the time of recording, this game has been in development for 8 months. Let these people cook. My personal opinions remain the same as they did 2 months ago. I am so excited for this title to come out and I cannot wait to get my hands on it once it releases. If there was anything I would change so far, it would be the ammo counter on the HUD. Like I said, it doesn't look horrible at all, but I'm so used to seeing the usual numerical counter that upon first glance, I'm not really sold on it. Give it some time and it'll probably rub off on me. If Fry and his team watched this far into the video, keep doing a great job and fuck what anyone says about the release date being changed. I have played video games for nearly 20 years, covered game development for just over a year and a half of that, and what I am witnessing is nothing short of industry breaking. The game concept may not be the most unique, but the quality level from this indie team is something that I have rarely ever seen. I will continue to cover this game when dev blogs drop, so if you want to stay in the loop with me, then hit that sub button, that like button, and prototype that notification bell. I post content like this all the time right here on YouTube. And as always, my name is Red Beer Mortis. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I am fucking out of here.